Hello everybody and welcome back to Calmsden Farm. So we're going to continue from where we left off in the previous episode. I have had to wait an hour or so because it was raining quite heavily, but it's now dried up. As you can see, the road is dry. And yeah, I think we can probably get some fertiliser onto the field just over here, the root crop field. Now, I think really this is the only thing we have to do in April, and then we can move on because we're going to be cutting this field here. But I think it's probably a bit late in the day to start doing this because I want to do hay. It wants to be hay. So, well, I first of all check the forecast. That'd be the wise thing to do. Oh, great. It's looking a bit wet. Well, in that case, then, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get to the morning and see what it's looking like. If there's like 6 hours, then we can make hay. Even though in real life that's nowhere near long enough. But if we have like 1 hour, then we're definitely going to have to do some silage, which is not really what I want to do. We already do have quite a bit of silage, and it is the hay which you're running out of. I suppose actually, yes, if I was to do silage, I'd do 50-50. 50% grass for the sheep. Anyway, let's get this tractor out of here. We need to go and attach to the fertiliser spreader. I believe the pigs are doing okay, but they will have to be fed tomorrow. Right, so let's just first of all see what we have in here. We have fertiliser, 26%, and I potentially have some more over at the store. I think it's mostly pig food over there, which I still need to move. I say this in every episode. But yeah, the priority is this piece of land just here. So I'll just open the minimap, take a look. The potato field. Yep, so actually I could do the second application on the rest of the oat field. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a video because of course last week I only did one episode because I was doing the first tour of the fantastic Teddimg Park by GB Modding. And yeah, that brings me on to a pretty good point that I want to make here. Yeah, basically my channel members, thank you to everybody who is a channel member. There's not many perks because there's not really many things that I can sort of have as perks, but I'm thinking, and I already mentioned this in the Teddimg Park first look tour video, every now and then I'm going to open up this series to my members so that you can just pop in whilst I'm doing the video. I only record for about an hour and a half in a day, so the server will only be open for that time, otherwise somebody could come in and, well, I'm not saying ruin, but they might progress further than I want them to progress. I could come back and everything has been harvested, which would be no good for the videos. So, yeah, I think it would just be interesting to open it up to my channel members. We can do some work together. But no, it will not be every episode because, like today, there isn't enough to do. So I just have a load of people who would have literally nothing to do, which would be no good. It's more for the harvesting videos. Like, we could do a great deal of work in just one episode, maybe even harvest the entire farm. Because as it is, I do the carting whilst the worker is driving the combine. If we do it a different way, having real people, real members, we could have a real person carting whilst I'm using the combine, or the other way around. So I think that'd be really interesting. And also, yes, Teddimg Park, I'm hoping once it's released I can do multiplayer with Chainsaw 100. That would be another interesting thing to do. Anyway, how have I done that? I think I've overlapped quite a bit. But yeah, the actual finalised schedule I have not actually properly finalised. I have an idea. I did throw a few ideas around, like having Monday and Tuesday as Baling, and then Wednesday is multiplayer with Chainsaw, Thursday, Friday, Calmsden, and then the weekend Survival Challenge. It is getting a bit busy, and of course I might not start multiplayer until we've finished a series, because there might be a bit too much going on. So lots of things to think about. But I know, and you don't have to tell me, a lot of people still want me to keep going with the Baling series. And I'm still enjoying it. We're still progressing, we're still really expanding the farm. We've just got to the point where we're buying loads of but we're going to buy loads of big machinery and more fields. So yeah, we've just planted the huge vineyard. So that is going to be very interesting. Okay, let's just take a look here. That is pretty much covered. I have overlapped, which means that that can be fertilised as well. With 22% left, that should be enough. Just going to put the time at ×10 because we're going to try and get into May. And yes, I think it's a very small proportion of this field, so this should only take a minute or two. If I just head up here, we'll see how much of a area this is covering. So probably up, down, up, maybe down again. Pretty simple stuff though. Well, that should have hopefully covered it. I think those weeds just there mark the boundary, so once we get to the end of here, that should have concluded. And just to make completely clear, yes, opening up the server to channel members is not set in stone yet. I need to do a few checks. I need to make sure my internet is capable of hosting. If not, I need to sort out another multiplayer server. And I don't think it'll be a 16 slot because we just don't have enough work to do. The last thing we want is to have loads of people just asking, well, what can I do? And there's absolutely nothing to do. I might, to make it fair, even in my Discord channel, in the members only section, confirm with several people each time I'm going to open it who it's going to be. So you submit your interest and then I choose a number of people, and I won't repeat the same people unless of course there's nobody else. But yeah, lots of thinking to do there. I'll pop this away. There we go. We probably will need this Fendt tractor in the next day, but we'll just leave it here for now. So second application will have to be put on in probably May or June. Okay, right, I'm going to see you in the morning. We're making an early start. Just 4:39 AM. The weather is actually looking pretty good, so I don't think we need to rush. We can certainly make some hay, which is great because that's exactly what I wanted to do. And when we do want to make some silage, because we have this brand new mower, this is the first time I've ever used it, we can actually swath. We don't have to use a windrower. So that's going to save so much time. Today though, we are going to have to use a tedder and a windrower because otherwise we can't make the hay. We've got to spread it out to dry it. I love watching these flap around in the wind. It just looks so good, so fluid. Okay, right, let's just unfold everything. This should be so much faster than normal because it's a much bigger mower. Well, I say it's a bigger mower. I think it's about 2 meters, which doesn't sound like much, but that is 2 meters on every pass, so it should be pretty fast. So yeah, let's just engage everything. There we go. We're set to wide spreading. I do have my trailer here, but that's fine, it's just in the verge. We're going to use that trailer to take away the hay bales. And yeah, I still haven't sold those poplar bales. I don't know. I don't know. Either I'm missing the comments which say, or it's just not possible. I did have a look, and I didn't see anybody. If anybody has told me the correct answer, then I apologise. And thank you to you. But yeah, all the comments which I got before I did try, and unfortunately they didn't seem to work. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can add the money in, but then somehow I need to get rid of the bales. Well, as you can see, this is very effective. Nice and fast. I've not removed the speed limiter, so we are actually doing 14 miles per hour, which is the suggested speed. And I think after this we're going to get the tedder straight into here. It probably is about time that we bought a new tedder, I would say. I'll also try and lift these mowers together. There we go. Also, I have returned all of the leased equipment apart from the bale wrapper. I think we are going to be using a bale wrapper pretty soon. But yes, my next big purchase, I think, is going to be a lorry with a big tanker. We need it for milk and water. We'll sell the other tanker, but that's for another day, probably the next episode actually. I'll jump onto ModHub and I'll try and take a look for some different lorries to go for. Anyway, let's get this finished off and I will see you when it's done. We're getting there. Very, very close to the end. And yeah, I can confirm that was so much faster than before. It is amazing how just a little bit extra in width can just change everything. It just makes the job so much faster. So the sun is up. It is only 10 to 6 in the morning. But yeah, this is now drying the grass on this side. We're going to have to go and turn it over. But I'm really hoping by the end of today's episode, it might be a bit of a task, but yes, I'm really hoping we can actually get the bales made. I don't know if we'll be able to get them into the shed, but that's fine. If we can just turn all of this into some lovely bales, that would be great. So yeah, whilst that's folding up, what I'm going to do is go into the tedder category. There we go, and we'll take a look at the different options. So we have, which one do we own? We own this one here. It's 9 meters. The biggest one is this one here. It's 17 meters, which are obviously very good. But I'm going to go and check ModHub to see if there are other options. Because obviously they're very good, but it would just be nice to always have a bit of extra variety by using mods. All the pigs have woken up. I'm not surprised after all that mowing. First time I've seen these crops in May, and they're looking very healthy. Okay, so let's just back this into here. I would take the other tedder to the store. It may be that we just buy the biggest one in the base game, but certainly worth taking a look. Oh no, please don't unfold. It's actually getting pretty congested in here. Might just put this over here. There we go. And my tedder. There it is. The potatoes look good. Yep, they need to be fertilised again. I've just checked ModHub, and yeah, this is pretty much the biggest we can go for actually. The one in the base game. I could only see one of them. There were other ones, but they were all smaller tedders. The biggest I could see was about 14 meters. So yeah, let's just go for this big one in the base game. There we go. So we have £241,000 to spend. I think we'll be okay. That should be enough money. This looks very good. Oh, use machinery. No. Very, good luck to have something, I would say. Something that you're actually looking to buy. But the chance is there. Okay. Right. And yes, it is. It's pig food. Pig food and our sugar beet cutting bucket. It cuts sugar beet, which I've never actually used. I want to use it. Next time we're down here with the telehandler, we'll pick up the pig food bags. Should be able to take them back in one go. What a lovely day. I thought it was going to be wet, but obviously I was wrong. In fact, the best time to get the telehandler will be when we're moving the bales, because we're going to have to come over here anyway, and of course the pig pallets, or the pig food bags are going over here, so we'll be in the right place at the right time. Lots more wool, as you can see there. In fact, they are a huge source of income. Those sheep, they are fantastic. Okay, yes, I certainly could never complain this isn't big enough. That is huge. Fantastic piece of machinery. And I'm always amazed how these... Ooh, I think I've hit the wall. Yes, how these massive pieces of equipment are designed and engineered. I just think it's so interesting. And the same, really, for when giants are reproducing the real thing, to put it in the game, it must be really difficult to do. To model it and then get it all animated. Certainly quite a skill. I don't even have the skill to drive the thing. I keep crashing into the wall. I think probably once we've gone around the headland, we'll just go up and down a few times and we'll be done. And then we'll be on to looking for a windrow. Do I have a windrow? I really don't know actually on this series. We won't be going for one which is as big as the one on my other series, but even so, it wants to be a fairly decent size. Okay, let's get all the tedding completed. I think next time I do the poplar harvesting, I'm going to do some forage harvesting work. We'll do it with the forage harvester, which means we can also sell the poplar baler. We don't need it. I don't think I'm going to use it again. It's a fascinating tool, but yeah, I definitely want to do it a different way. Just keeps it interesting. So my plan would be to attach a trailer to the back of the forager so that we can do it all in one go. Otherwise we'd have to have somebody going alongside. Again, this is something that we could do in multiplayer, but I think it's probably something I'd want to do in single player, since it would only involve one other person, so yes, I'm sure I can do it on my own, but we'll see. It's more the combine harvesting, the cultivation and drilling, which requires many people. Well, the cultivation and drilling at the moment is a huge chore. So if we can all do it, we'll probably have to have some more drills and cultivators, but we could rent them. That would be great. Okay, right, let's get this taken back to the farm, and I'm going to take a look into the windrower situation. See what we actually have. Ah, yes, of course, I have that one over there. I don't know, I think I probably would still want to upgrade from that, because that one isn't huge. It's a decent size, but I'm really wanting to cut down the amount of time it takes to make bales. In fact, I would be very tempted to get a square baler as well. So, let's just pop that there. Take a look into the windrow category. So we own that one there, which is actually pretty cheap. Let's see the different sizes here. Yes, I think we can afford to go with that. So, again, it wasn't in the sale before. It's not in the sale now. Purchase. We'll attach to this one, and we'll take this one back for selling. It's not really had that much use, so we should be able to get a fairly decent amount of money for it. I think it was £19,500 new. 14,000 back, of course we've just spent some money there. But even so, what was it, about £11,500 back? It's something. Oh, this is big. Almost think I should be putting this on the New Holland. But we would have to reconfigure its wheels. And this tractor should be able to run it. Big. Very big. But I could still make the corner. Okay, so we'll close the gate. It's just going to make everything so much easier. Hopefully we'll be able to get every little piece, make it more thorough. Always mesmerising to watch these things unfold. Reminds me of a spider, almost. Sort of creepy. I don't know, is it a spider or is it, I don't know, maybe a crab? Something like that. That's good. I'm possibly experiencing this thing for the first time. I'm not too sure if I've ever used this before. I think I jumped straight to the modded version, which was much bigger. But this is still spectacular. Just look at all that massive swath behind us. I'm hitting the wall again. Need to try and learn not to do that. Just destroying this equipment instantly. I think, yeah, well, part of the problem is I have mowed too close to the wall. The other nice thing is there's a piece of grass there which hasn't been tedded, but it will incorporate it into it. So nothing is wasted. I always find the headland to be the most tricky part, for obvious reasons. Lots to hit. Must be pretty nerve-wracking using one of this scale, actually, in real life. You must be constantly watching to make sure you're not going to go and rip out a fence. Okay, so we'll get this finished. Look at the size of that swath. Hopefully the baler is going to be able to cope with this. We might use the round baler, we'll see. I would like to use a square baler though. Ooh. Oh, that's so unhealthy looking. Okay, good. The final fence. We shouldn't hit this one. I was keeping a greater distance. Yeah, so again, we should be able to get this done in just a few minutes. Well, one thing's for sure, I've certainly spent some money today upgrading machinery, but I think it was about time that we did upgrade the grass equipment because it has just Yeah, I've been sticking with the same stuff pretty much since the start. And we probably won't have to upgrade again. I don't think we need to buy any more grass fields. Like when I become desperate, I can cut the sheep field. We've done it before. It's not ideal. Okay, I just need to swing around, go back over there. There is a very small piece which needs to be finished off. But yeah, I think that is just the right amount of swaths, really. I wouldn't want more. It used to take forever to bale this. Okay, will we be able to take this in one go? It's looking unlikely. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just back up and then we can incorporate that into the swath. Okay, just starting to drag the other one. So that'll have to do. We are done. So it is just the baling. It's also actually going to be quite interesting to see how many bales we get. I think we're going to get loads. It's looking good. And I don't remember fertilising this field. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So, in fact, would I want to fertilise it? Because those swaths are already huge. If that was without fertiliser, I can't confirm it. Need to mind the pigs, they are resting in the grass. Go and pop this in the shed where the previous one came from. Okay, that should be good without crashing it into the wall. So, yeah, balers. We have, I believe, that one there. Yes, we do. Still quite expensive, but it would be so nice to have something like... Well, obviously that would be amazing. 155. Actually, that isn't too out of reach. We wouldn't have much money left. Also, we could add a silage additive tank for the future. Not this time, we can add it in the future when we do silage. So I reckon that is going to be worth getting. We can only buy it once we've sold the other baler. But I'm not really too concerned about the money because we do have more wool pallets to sell. And obviously we have the upcoming harvest. And we technically do have the money from the poplar bales. Which I think I'm just going to have to add the money in. So let's go and sell this. Hopefully it's still going to be worth a fair amount. Yeah, not bad. Well, I think it was about 33,000 back in total, was it? Spent a bit of money there to repaint it. So, yes, that is enough. Oh yeah, and we've got that to sell too, which is worth quite a bit of money. So, buy. I think we've checked the used machinery sales for today. I think it's highly unlikely this will have popped up. But then somebody's going to say, oh, but it might be there. It's not there. That would just be horrific luck if it had just popped up and I just paid full price. Although, yeah, I am paying full price for a new one. So it's not quite the same. Love the strobe beacons. We should be able to make fairly short work of this. About a week or two ago I did actually get some achievements from this Let's Play. I think it's for breeding a certain number of cows and potentially for breeding a certain number of pigs. So that was quite an achievement. Right then, here we go. Looking forward to seeing this in action. I think I've used it before. Oh, what are we set to? 220, we want to be bigger than that. 240, there we go, that's the biggest. I think. Yep. Yeah, we want to go for the biggest. The fewer bales the better, as long as they're the biggest bales. I can turn the beacons off. Great pickup width. We are picking it all up without missing anything. It's fantastic. In fact, that windrower did a very good job. Very thorough. That's already a bale created. Just takes a bit of time to fall out the back. So what do you think? How many bales? I'm going to go with 15 to 20. I have no idea what number exactly. I'll say 15 to 20, and then if it is between 15 and 20, 17. That's sort of making it easy for myself, but we'll see. Well, I haven't checked to see how many we have. I haven't counted either. But I don't know. I might be pretty close, which would be extremely unusual. I'm sure I won't have got it on the head. I never hit the nail on the head. Unless, of course, I'm doing woodwork. Then I hit my thumb. Okay, I reckon that's good enough. We're nowhere near having another bale created, so we might as well empty it. And we'll see if it was between 15 and 20, and if it was it 17? No way. No way! I can't believe it. Need to look at that again. I actually got something right. What's going on? And yeah, there is absolutely no way of predicting that, I don't think. So, what a guess. I should celebrate. I shall close this gate to celebrate. Okay, celebratory gate closing session. Complete. And yes, that actually does conclude this episode. I'm going to take this baler back to the yard. But I'm very happy with all the new toys that we've bought today. Very expensive. I think for now I'm just going to park it in here. So yeah, obviously we'll clear up all those bales in the next episode. We'll stack them nicely. If I remember, we'll bring back the pig food bags. I really hope I do remember. We can feed that to the pigs. And yes, this one needs to have its final application of fertiliser. And then I think we're done before harvest. So, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.